Life, as we all know, has its ups and downs. But I feel like I paid way too much attention to the downs. These past years haven't been very good to me because I was just so frustrated, so overwhelmed, and truly, I lacked discipline and faith. But I'm on a new journey. I know that every year people scramble to make a New Year's resolution, and then by the second week, they forget all about it. Well, this isn't just about 2023 for me. It's about the years to come. I finally learned to let go and let God. I know it's cliche, but it starts here. New year, a new era of me. What's up, Seashells? It's Shelby and welcome back to my channel. I missed you guys so much. Happy New Year. I know it's kind of late, but stay with me, bear with me. I'm not very organized when it comes to these things. I ain't got no plan. It's just no plan, just vibe. So today we're gonna talk about a couple of things. Watch the video and you hear what we talk about. Obviously this is me at the end of the video all dolled up and whatever, so you're gonna see me transform into this. But first, before we get into that, I just wanted to share something with you that I got. So I got this package from Julia Premium Arts and Jewelry, and I got me a promise ring. And when you open it on up, you have a little booklet. So not only do they have promise rings, they have gifts for him, gifts for her, gifts for kids, necklaces, bracelets, you name it, they got it. And it's all made from sterling silver. So if you were to give it to someone as a gift, let's say, this is what you'd give it in. This is what the bag looks like. And inside it has it's a greeting card. So you could write on the back of it a little note to whoever you're giving the gift to. And then inside here is a little dust cloth to clean the jewelry, and it marks Julia. Really cute, really nice. This is so thoughtful and very detailed. I was just expecting the ring and the box, to be very honest. I wasn't expecting all this, but since it is mine to keep, I will not be needing this. I'm not giving it to nobody. And now down to the meat of the matter. This is what the box would look like. And when you open it on up, that is what the ring looks like. So on it, you basically just have the size of the ring. So this is the ring, and this is the Julia Solitaire Heart Cut Sterling Silver Promise Ring. And this is what it looks like on my finger. Oh! I would look nice as a wife. Oh my gosh, I really think I should have probably gotten a size 5, but it can work because it's not falling off my finger, so I think that's fine. Or to be honest, I can still wear it on this finger. I feel like more than likely I will wear it on this finger. It is so, just look at it from afar. It's not like you can see the details from afar, but just knowing that I have a ring like this on my finger, I have a whole promise ring on my finger, to die for. Absolutely love this ring. Thank you so much to Julia for sponsoring this portion of the video. And Valentine's Day is coming up. Of course, they're having a sale on their website, so the link to their website will be down below, and my referral link will also be down below. If you like it, then you should have put a ring on it. Let's get on into the video. All right, it is finally 2023. I know I'm probably off to a very late start, and it's just because this month, or the beginning of this month, I decided that I just wanted to enjoy it. I just wanted to test the waters, feel out the new year, see what the vibe is, see if I'm feeling all that positive energy before I put myself back on camera. Because the last thing I want to do is come on camera and pretend like all is well and amp you guys up, boost you guys up, and be all like, yeah, this year is going to be that year, you're gonna be that girl or that boy, and it's gonna be the best year ever. And deep down in myself, I know I don't believe it. So I had to feel it out first. And of course, I'm filming this on a Sunday, one of the worst possible days ever, because everybody there in the yard, the neighbors making noise, some house down the road are playing music, chickens, roosters, cars, trucks, everything, you name it, is going on right now. But we're just going to ignore that and get into what we're getting into today. So of course, for know me, y'all know I just like to talk sometimes. I don't really want to do challenges, the this, the that. I just like to vent a lot, and that's probably one of my biggest downfalls. But I just wanted to show more gratefulness, you know. I spent so much time worrying about what I didn't have instead of being grateful for what I did have. And believe it or not, content creation has done a lot for me. It has done so much for me, and I would not be where I am today without it. I'm not the furthest in life where content creation is concerned, you know, being influencer or YouTuber or whatever it is, you know, want to categorize me as. I am not very far as in numbers on my journey, but I've been here for a long time when it relates to years. I just never took the time out to really appreciate it because I just always felt like I could do more. But in truth and in fact, I wasn't really hungry for it per se. I knew what I wanted, but I don't think I worked very hard to achieve what I wanted. You know, some people just post one thing and they blow up, and then people just follow their journey for the rest of their lives or for however long. I really thought that was going to be me. I really thought that people were going to be that invested in my nothingness of a life that I'd be lucky to be chosen. But I was not. I have to work for it. I had to work for it. I had to work my ass off for it. And you know, at one point I got really pissed when I saw other people coming doing the same thing as me or less and blowing up off it, because I'm like, so what did I do? Did I just do nothing? Like, what happened? Why didn't I get that? Not to say that I wasn't happy for that person getting their flowers or getting their engagement or whatever the case is. I just wanted to know what I was doing wrong, because how we doing the same thing and one work and one doesn't work? You know, at the time I was baffled. I was bamboozled, because what? Time went on, I began to understand a lot of times that consistency is key, and a lot of times you have to do more quantity than quality. I know it might not make sense because there's always this saying that everyone says that quality over quantity, but I would be producing quality content but I wasn't consistent enough. I'd post something banging today and then I'm probably not post nothing until the next 3 weeks, and by the time that 3 weeks come, people forget about that banging thing that I did 3 weeks ago. I had to be consistent, or I have to be consistent with whatever it is that I'm doing. So how can I expect to be reaping benefits of work that I did not do hard enough, is what I'm saying. So, you know, nevertheless, what I have done, I'm not going to undermine, you know, everything that I actually have done, because I did put in some work. You know, not as much as I would have liked, but I did put in some work and I did reap some reward, and honestly I'm very proud of myself. I have never had a 9-to-5. I don't work a day in my life. I have been doing content creation since I turned 17 or 18. I don't remember. It's probably like when I just started UTech. That's when I really started taking it seriously. But before that, I always was doing something to make money. It wasn't always just social media or YouTube or something. So I knew I always wanted to be a creative, but I feel like I took a lot of things for granted, and because a lot of bad things kept outweighing the good in my eyes, I didn't have the chance to appreciate the good. So basically that's what I'm getting at. It's just from this year, excuse me, from this year moving forward, it's really not just about this year. I'm not trying to be that cliche typical new year, new me, this year I'm gonna do this year I'm gonna do that. It's just a realization, you know, that there's just so much more to life than being sad every day. There is so much more to being depressed. There's so much more to just worrying about things that don't matter. Before we get any further, I will say that this is not my everyday beat. This is just for looking good on camera and something for you to watch while I babble. So this is not my full routine or anything, but I'll do something. And really and truly, and I'm always say, even when I'm going out, I'll be like, I'm just doing a little brows and lashes here and end up with a full face. Tell me why I end up with contour and blush and all these things. I don't know. So yeah, as I was saying, I'm just trying to be more grateful going forward, because I was in a really dark place. I feel like people think that I have it all together, and because of how I portray myself, people think that I have a lot. Growing up, my dad was not rich, but he made damn sure that I had anything that I wanted, as long as it did make sense, because that man is not going to waste money. And you know, so sometimes they do waste money for true, just to make me happy, and that's why that man is my G for life, for lifers. But on a real, he made sure that I had every single thing that I could ever want, and he also made sure to plant it in my brain not to take things from people. Man, woman, boy or girl, take nothing from nobody. If I can't get it myself and he can't get it from me in that moment, don't take it from other people, because you know, people have this thing where they try to dangle things over your head when you don't serve them anymore, or you don't have much purpose in their life anymore. They try to hold things over your head and make it seem like, oh, if it wasn't for me, you wouldn't have this, and remember when I did this for you. Like, people throw things back in your face, and I was definitely afraid of that. That's one thing I really tried to avoid. I never accepted gifts, nothing. I just make do with what I have, and if I don't have something, I'm not going to die. It's not the end of the world. It's either I'm gonna just do without it completely, or I work my ass off to get it myself. Or if my dad can't get it for me, as I said, I'll work my ass off and get it myself. But I'm not gonna ask anybody for anything. It's just not in me to do. So when I started this whole influencer journey, it wasn't even because I wanted to get free things. It was because I was bored. We already know the story of how I started my content creation journey. But I still remember to this day my first collab. It was with Alodia Hair Care, and they gave me some hair products. I was doing my natural hair, and from then I just got so many other opportunities. And at the time, of course, I was reaching out to the companies. I was reaching out to a lot of companies and pitching myself, and you know, some agreed, some denied, but life goes on, and I was getting so many more opportunities. Even my Yale Organics, can you believe that? My Yale Organics, I got to work with them, and I was just so excited, because I'm like, what? And then I started getting clothes, started getting shoes, makeup, all that stuff, and I was like, wow, I'm really living the dream right now. Because one, my priorities were in a different place when I started college. I did not have money for go buy Bridgets and wigs and Tory Burch and all them something. Like, my priority was making sure I had food to eat when I got back home, make sure I have taxi fare to go to school and go back home, my rent. Those were my priorities. So after me don't spend money for all them something, oh, where would I find time to be buying, or where would I find money to be buying all these things just to impress other people? Because it wouldn't be because I genuinely wanted these things. I would probably want them to fit in with the people that I see wearing them, and where would that get me? Nowhere. And probably I wonder, like, why my father never do, or why my father never buy those things for me or whatever. You see, when I started UTech, I felt like, because I quote-unquote moved out, I wanted to do things on my own. I feel like he did everything for me for 17-18 years all by himself. You know, the least I could do was try to lift a burden somewhat off him shoulder. Him don't pay my school fee. Like the least I could do is pay my rent and buy food and all them something. And no matter how much he would insist on doing things, although at the time he still do a lot of things for me, I still wanted to do stuff on my own. Till eventually I told him, I'm going to do it on my own. I need to learn to do these things on my own, no matter how hard it was. And it was never a case where he said that he wouldn't help me or he would cut me off financially or anything. Like anything that he could do, he would do for me. But I wanted to take that responsibility on myself to be an adult, you know. So yeah, I never have the time for buy no Jimmy Choo perfume and all these things. So you see, when I started this influencer journey and started getting all these collabs, like even when Dossier just reached out to me the first time, I've been working with Dossier for a hot minute now, a very hot minute now. You see, before them reach out to me and before I started work for them, I had like 2 perfumes. 2. One was a gift and one I actually bought for myself. Excuse my window, it keeps opening and closing and I can't really get up and close it right now. But yeah, I had like 2 perfumes. So when Dossier started reaching out to me, I know I did the first collab and whatever, and they wanted to continue working for me, and then I started having so many Dossier perfumes that I just couldn't believe it, because I'm literally coming from 2. I'm literally coming from 2. And the person that's even not gonna believe me or anything, it's just so surreal to me. And I really paid attention to very insignificant things, and that would just throw my mood off completely, instead of being grateful for small mercies or these privileges, you know. Like whenever I buy it, I get all them something for free. Like my wardrobe is 85% free clothes. I kid you not, 85% free clothes, my entire wardrobe. Makeup, when I just started makeup, I got a lot of stuff for free, collabs, promo, and I don't know, it's like I was going through a lot at the time, and as I said, a lot of bad things would happen that I never got time to appreciate the good things. And God knows, if it wasn't for you guys engaging, liking, asking me to do this, asking me to do this content, I would not be in this position to have what I have. And yeah, honestly, life is very short, and you have to be grateful for things, bro. You really have to be grateful for things when things are going good for you, and even when things are going bad for you, just pray about it. Talk to God, write in your journal. It helps. It really helps. I don't know what kind of awakening, I'm having or I had, but mentally I am in a much better place. I'm not all the way where I want to be yet, but I feel so much lighter. Honestly, I don't feel as depressed. Like a lot of things I used to kill up myself for, I don't care anymore. Probably a bad thing, to be honest, because there's nothing wrong with caring. This nonchalant act is so not it, and it's not the gag, not the flex that everyone thinks it is. But sometimes you just have to let go and let God, and don't stress out yourself over things that you can't control. It is what it is. Nobody has your heart. Nobody, or not everyone, is going to do things the way that you do it. So you can't blame people for how they act. Sometimes everyone grows up or grew up under different circumstances. Everybody reacts to things differently. So sometimes you have to give people grace, and sometimes you just have to understand that not everyone is going to do things the way you do it, and just don't take it personally and move on. Like, of course it's going to hurt, or it's going to rub it the wrong way, but other people's actions is not your fault. So you know, it is what it is. Another thing that I want to touch on is that these 19-year-olds, these 18, 19-year-olds are killing it. They are literally after the bag. I wish, like sometimes I really wish I had that determination and drive. When I was 18, 19, I honestly was not thinking that much about that. I just wanted to get through my first year of college, and at the time, you know, see if my high school sweetheart would have been the love of my life, and that didn't work out. So I was honestly just being a kid. I was not worrying about bills or trying to build a foundation or anything like that. I'm not like, probably if I didn't do that, would have better off in a life right now financially. But at the same time, I'm kind of glad that the responsibility that I have now I didn't have then, because that would have been so much pressure on an 18-year-old. I can't imagine. I cannot imagine. Like as I said, one part of me would be like, yeah, I'm a badass 18-year-old who's getting my own money. I got my own car, I got my own apartment, I got my own this, I got my own that. But the other side is like, you're only a child once, and I don't care what no one say, an 18-year-old is a child. An 18-year-old is still a child. It's still a child, and I'm not going to undermine anybody's experiences, because I know a lot of 18-year-olds who unfortunately just had to grow up fast because of their circumstances, whatever experiences they went through. They had to grow up fast. They literally had no choice. They had to be mature at an early age, and I'm really happy that I didn't have to do that. You know, the only thing was that I had to move to a whole new parish and do everything for myself, when I was literally coming from my father getting up every day and making breakfast for me, taking me to and from. Like, I never have a care in this world. I kid you not, I had no care in this world. And when I came to Kingston, it was like culture shock. It was really like culture shock, especially because I had to live with people. It's not like I even got to, you know, get my own apartment and be on my own per se. But boy, everybody's journey is different still, and everybody's experience is just their experience. But yeah, as me said about them young in here do them thing, I'm so happy for them that they're doing their thing, they're making their money, them, you know. But I also say this to say, if you are in my age group, if you know, you know, don't feel bad that you're probably not where some of them are. I'm gonna lock the curtain here because this light is bothering me. Don't be jealous of them, because as I said, you don't know what they had to go through, or you don't know why they had to grow up so fast. If you don't get your first car until you are 35, that is fine. You got the car. Don't be jealous of the 18-year-old who got their car. You don't know if their mother get to them. You don't know if they actually worked their ass off to get it. You don't know what they did. Just stay in your own lane, worry about what you're doing, learn to be happy for people, and use whatever you're jealous of as motivation to get it for yourself. You know, just do that. Instead of bad-minding people and ready eye, go work feet. Find a way to get it for yourself, instead of just sitting down and moping about what you don't have, or what you wish you had, or why them can't have it, why them can't have it and why you can't have it. It's just, no, that's not a good mindset to have. Okay, we're cutting that out in 2023. That's pretty much all I have to say. What the hell, go at your own pace. I've probably given this speech so many times on this here channel, but I had to give it again because I know a lot of us can backslide, or whatever the term is. We'll be on the right path for a while, and then something traumatic happens, and then we just go back into our old tendencies. But have some love in your hearts for the new year. Don't go around hating everything and everybody. It is such an energy drainer. This is me speaking from experience, and you tend to unload it onto people that can't handle it. I am very grateful for my friends, because God knows I don't know how they deal with me. I really don't know how they deal with me. I don't know how they dealt with me. And in the past, I've had some friends that could not deal with me and straight up told me, you know, they were being very insensitive. But I've grown to understand that not everybody can handle someone else's trauma or handle other people's problems. Them just not have the ability to do that, and that's okay. Your friends, not all of your friends can be a therapist, you know. Some friends just are there to have a good time in a long time. Not all of them know what to say, not all of them know how to support you. Some of them just really and truly cannot handle their problems plus your problems, and I found myself unloading a lot on my friends, and a lot of times I never ask them what's wrong with them. And even when I do ask them, they don't always tell me, because they probably feel like it's insensitive if I talk about their problems while I'm having a meltdown. But it's just communicate with people, communicate with your friends. Just say what it is that you're feeling, and if you know you cannot handle something, say that instead of being bitchy and it's sensitive. It's just, I feel like everything is a conversation. Some things are not worth having conversations about, though. That's another thing that I am trying to learn for the new year. I'm trying to learn not to confront everything. Jesus, these drops! I'm really trying to learn not to confront everything and everybody, because sometimes it just wastes my time. But the thing is, I like closure, and if there's something going on, I feel like I need to know what is going on, why this is happening, so I can either fix it or at least, you know, to keep my distance. Something, you know. Not everything needs to be solved, but I just feel like me always need to know why this happened. You know what I say? But you know, people not obligated to. Not everybody will have common decency, and you have to learn to be okay with that. You really have to learn to be okay with that. Not everybody will think like you. Like I said earlier, not everybody's gonna do the same things that you do. Not everyone has the same morals. It is what it is, and you're not dead. It's not the end of the world. If it is that you feel like that person is being a bad friend, make new friends. Life is short. You cannot be hung up on one person or one group of people. You cannot depend on people for your happiness. Mind you, people bring joy, but don't give people so much power over you that if they leave right now, you won't be happy with anything at all in your life. I was gonna take this off without showing you guys, but I need to take it off and show us. So dun, dun, dun. Bam, bitches, guess what? I relaxed my hair. So yeah, I am now a relaxed babe. I don't like this crunchy look, so what I do is whenever I take this scarf off, I just comb it out. Literally combing out these edges, because I want that fluffy look. Yeah, just like that. Alright guys, so this is the end of the video. This is what the hair came out to look like. There's a line in my forehead because of the do-rag, so just ignore that. The makeup isn't even blended properly, but at least from afar I look cute, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, in the next video we're gonna be talking about this New Year reset, or this January reset. Yeah, but no say I never go come into the new year without talking about vision boarding, digital planning, or journaling, or having a physical planner, stuff like that. That's coming in the next video. I didn't want that to be the first video. I just felt like I needed to get this off my chest, you know. And I feel like a lot of us have a lot of built up anger or resentment, or whatever the case may be, any negative thoughts or feelings that I think we should try to let go of. It's way easier said than done. I've been dealing with this for years, and I'm just now starting to let go. But I want to take you guys on this journey, and I hope I can inspire you guys to be more optimistic about life, you know, because there's a lot more to life than negativity and energy draining situations. Make sure you come with your pen, your paper, your iPad, your phone, computer, whatever it is that you have, because we're going to get to vision boarding. We don't need to do that from December. It's literally still January, and if you do it February or March, there are so many other months in the year. We just getting started, so don't put a deadline on when you are going to do your New Year's resolution or what your goals are. You have goals right throughout the year, and you do not need to wait on a specific date to write them down and get cracking. So with that being said, don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and I will see you guys finally in the next video. Bye.